as you get older,
Yep.
you have to look at things in a different way.
I'm keeping my fucking hands up.
I'm not reaching for no gun, bro.
Step out.
Can I move my phone?
Might unlock all kind of strip clubs in Omaha. We don't know. This is musty. This is disgusting at the highest level.
Floyd Mayweather just threw a savage jab at Terence Crawford. After Crawford's wild celebration, Floyd didn't hold back. He scoffed at Crawford acting like he owns boxing just because he beat Canelo Alvarez. Floyd said, "If beating Canelo makes him act this way, imagine if he faced legends like Manny." Basically, Floyd thinks Crawford got way too excited because he's not on the same level.
Check yourself. Another point. Floyd Mayweather, he don't carry no guns. Floyd don't carry guns.
But Floyd didn't stop at the ring. He also slammed Crawford for his offering drama, especially his latest run-in with Omaha police. Floyd called it embarrassing and said Crawford should have been celebrating safely with his family, enjoying his historic win instead of chasing headlines.
We had a lot of comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in the fight between Terence and Floyd. And I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who will win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd will win that
Yes,
fight.
sir. I love you, Terence.
Always figures it out.
Yeah, he's
a chess man.
Yeah, his IQ in that
The funny
situation
thing
is
about
crazy.
it,
The drama started early in Omaha. Hours after a big parade for Crawford's Canelo victory, chaos hit. Downtown police spotted a car driving recklessly around 1:30 a.m. Crawford was inside, along with 3 others, including his head of security, Qasim Shabazz.
I'm not reaching for no gun, bro.
Step out.
Can I move my phone?
Love Crawford being harassed by cops and pulled over by the cops right after the parade. This is diabolical.
Police later said they saw a loaded gun on the driver's side floorboard. Everyone in the car was pulled out at gunpoint. Crawford was confirmed as the driver and got a citation for reckless driving. The firearms? Legal. Everyone in the car was allowed to carry them under Nebraska law.
They had stopped. Crawford was identified as the driver. According to police, officers observed a firearm on the floorboard on the driver's side. All 4 people, including members of Crawford's security team, were ordered out of the vehicle at gunpoint. I spoke with the head of Crawford's security this afternoon, who says he's still shaken up.
Fans who cheered him at the parade hours ago were now watching him in handcuffs. Many were frustrated, saying the night was ruined. Others directly criticized Crawford for poor decisions. Local news reported the gun was spotted when Crawford supposedly reached for his documents, license, and registration.
Bro, I got a crazy clip to show you guys right now. But isn't that a policeman holding a gun to the 3-time undisputed world champ Terence Bud Crawford's head? What did he do that was so bad that you had to pull him over?
So, what happened exactly? Officers say Crawford leaned forward and the gun was visible by his feet, which led them to pull everyone out at gunpoint. Crawford raised his hands, insisting he wasn't reaching for the weapon and was cooperating fully.
That was a nightmare. You know, future husband, just had a brand new child and, you know, children and, you know, and stuff like that. And to know that I almost lost my life last night because we had a police officer that don't know how to articulate a traffic stop.
Crawford's security chief, Qasim Shabazz, disagreed with the police account. He said Crawford didn't even have his documents with him, they were at home. He also said both he and Crawford had disclosed their guns from the start, but the officers still escalated. Shabazz called the encounter totally unhinged and frightening. Shabazz also denied the reckless driving claim. He said Crawford asked the officer if radar was used. The officer admitted no radar was active. Crawford allegedly recorded the interaction on his phone.
I'm not reaching for no gun, bro.
Step out.
Can I?
You telling me the police at Omaha don't know who Terence Crawford is? Putting a gun in his face? Ridiculous.
After receiving the keys to the city? Huh? Hey, yo, that cop gotta be some hater, bro. Hey, yo, that's like the NYPD holding Derek Jeter on gunpoint and arresting him after the Yankee championship parade in New York City, bro. It doesn't make sense. It wouldn't even happen, bro. It wouldn't even happen. So this cop gotta be some...
Showing the claim of speeding wasn't confirmed. This back and forth has fans debating, did the police overreact or was Crawford careless? Shabazz said the stop was tense and unnecessary, especially after they followed the rules. Eventually, a police supervisor arrived, and the citation was finalized, but the drama had already gone viral.
I think we should just let the man enjoy his great moment. He's a great fighter. And I see a lot of immature stuff, and I don't like the way things is going with.
Videos online sparked debate instantly. Some said police overreacted, while others blamed Crawford. Many echoed Mayweather, saying a fighter of Crawford's level should have avoided this mess. The Omaha police chief launched an internal review to check if procedures were followed correctly.
They come with guns, bro.
Wow, he had his gun drawn. Here's what TMZ wrote. Terence Crawford ordered out of the car by a cop holding a gun on a video. It says Terence Crawford was forced out of a car at gunpoint by police officers with tense exchange caught on video, and it's leading to an internal investigation.
Be an investigation, but the damage is already done, my guy. The damage is already done. I'll be surprised if Terence Bud Crawford comes back to the city just disrespectful to the face of boxing. Not saying that the man's above the law, but Lord child, what was y'all doing?
For now, Crawford only faces a reckless driving ticket. All firearms were legal. The weekend went from a citywide celebration to a night of controversy. Social media exploded with fans shocked by the wild 24-hour turnaround for their hometown hero.
Mayweather, I thought, took on some pretty tough 154-pounders and it was in a young Canelo and a very tough Cotto who was punching very hard from 4 to 54. You know, remember Cotto had knocked out Delvin Rodriguez at 54. He'd still done some damage at 54, and I thought
won a title at 60.
Yeah, and I thought he knocked out Martinez at 60, and I thought he gave Mayweather a pretty good fight at 54.
Floyd added fuel to the fire, saying Crawford ruined his own celebration. To Floyd, legacy isn't just wins, it's how you act when everyone's watching. Ending the night in handcuffs? Not a great look. Crawford's team stayed quiet except for a short statement. The investigation is ongoing, and the citation still stands.
But so all them kept saying, oh, them, keep boxing, keep boxing.
Does anybody know where Bo is?
Floyd Money Mayweather. Why is that the option? Well, for a few reasons. One, because Floyd doesn't like anybody being called the best while he's still living. So that's number one. Number two, they have been compared to each other since the fight, because Canelo Alvarez says, well, you know, I think he's better than Floyd. So now they're starting to get
I don't go off of that. Floyd is the best fighter, in his era. And I feel like I'm the best fighter in my era.
Meanwhile, the boxing world had plenty to say. Legends, analysts, and promoters all weighed in with their opinions. Oscar de la Hoya laughed at comparing Crawford to Mayweather. He reminded everyone that Floyd faced a younger, stronger.
That's using what he got to shield. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he's in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter, though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah,
but like his core personality and his ways.
Good guy. He lost it to Terence fair and square, and he passed the torch. So we're gonna have another fight, cool, but you don't need to. You have nothing. He has nothing to prove. He fought Terence and nobody else would.
Analysts also point to the difference in marketability, Floyd's charisma ability to play both hero and villain, and his
why do something when something else is working?
Easy. Mayweather, on the other hand, defended Floyd by stressing the context often overlooked in these comparisons. By the time Floyd fought Canelo, he was already past his physical peak.
And tougher Canelo and dominated. Crawford had to work 12 rounds for his win. Oscar says the gap between them is huge. Floyd was already king before Canelo ever stepped in the ring. Analyst Max Kellerman took a different approach. He said Mayweather's greatness comes from defensive genius, frustrating opponents before the fight even starts. Crawford's brilliance is different. He switches styles mid-fight and breaks opponents down in ways we haven't seen before. Kellerman said both are great, just in different ways. Two peaks, one after another. Talk of a fight between them fizzled quickly. Crawford is now exploring other super middleweight options. What fight do you want to see first? Comment below and stay tuned for the updates.